People say I ain't no good, and I'm crazy as a loon. Because I shave my head in the morning and pick guitar in the afternoon. Just like old Chief and Charlie, I like to lay around in the shade. Well, I ain't got no money, but you better believe I got it made. 'Cause I ain't asking nobody for nothing if I can't get it on my own. If you don't like the way I'm living, just leave this bald-headed country boy alone.
Thank y'all for tuning into the Josh Terry podcast. We are finally back from Nashville recording and Floribama recording. If you can't tell, my voice is about gone. I've had a hell of a last week. I am exhausted, but there are certain people that I will get up for and do a show, and this is one I've been looking forward to. You hear all the sponsors that we have on the show before the beginning of each episode. And Project K9 Hero has been with us since April anyway. Well, me and Jason went into an agreement here recently that he is our first long-term lifetime sponsor as long as the show's going. He will be the main organization, Project K9 Hero, that we'll be working with as far as donations, as far as helping raise awareness for. We'll still work with a few choice other ones, but Project K9 Hero will be our main one that we focused on each month. So Jason, first off, I want to say thank you, brother. I appreciate it. And I'm glad that whether we're technically an ambassador or whatever we are with y'all now, I couldn't have picked a better organization to be part of for long term.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. You know, we support you a lot, Josh, and your show. And I think it's been a great partnership. You know, we do a lot of work in Nashville. You do a lot of work in Nashville. We're Tennessee based, but we got events going all around the nation, stuff that, you know, we got stuff coming up. I don't know if you want to talk about yet about our other projects, but, you know, it's important for us to tap into the audience and let them know what our organization is about. Cause I think your audience is all patriots, you know, who support police, military, and of course dogs. Right. And people love
Absolutely.
Dogs, and that's what we're here to do. Supporting dogs.
Well, how about you introduce your guy, and then I will go ahead and tell them about the other thing that we've got coming up.
Yeah, let me introduce Cody Howell here. So Cody and I've been friends for a couple of years. We met in Nashville, and he served in the Navy around it was a decade or 8 years, Cody, that you served in the Navy?
Yeah, about 8 years, yep.
Yep. So he served in the Navy, and he got out here, and he moved to Nashville to chase his dream of being a musician. And I've been lucky to work with him, and you know, my life of travel, you know, I've got 30 years police and military, living all around the world, Iraq, Afghanistan. And while I got great stories, I'm not, you know, an excellent songwriter, but Cody's a heck of a songwriter and a great artist with a great voice. And he's got his first single coming out, and I'm going to let him give that news. But what's important to me is he supports the station. Project K9 Hero is kind of his charity of choice. He comes down to the facility. He's been bitten by our dogs here. I'll let him tell that.
Well, first off, well, thank you for your service, brother. That's something that we very much appreciate. And I heard a little secret about this song coming out, by the way. I heard there's a fella named Jason Johnson that's a co-writer on it, and that's a big damn deal, whether he's going to downplay it or not.
Dude, it was awesome. Yeah, I mean, so the song's called Any Way You Go. I kind of started writing it, and then recently had talked to Jason Johnson about coming down and writing some songs. So I hit him up, man. He's like, yes, swing on down. So rolled down there, and we finished writing this song. And I'm like, man, I think this is cool, and I'm going to put this on the on my EP. But then I didn't know at the time it was going to be my first release, but man, it's just cool, man. And it's awesome that it was such a little kind of thing at the time, man. It was like, you know, just, hey, let's write this song. And then now we got it, you know, coming out. It's coming out on October 27th. So
that's cool, dude. Pumped. That's usually how the best writes go, though. That's usually how just random, hey, let's do it. It's those are usually my favorite ones to do.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit more about the song. What's it about?
So it's a kind of a bonfire song, a weekend song, you know, your bonfire anthem or your, you know, tailgating anthem, you know, for football season, if you'd like. Just put it on repeat, y'all. No, but it's it's kind of like, just doesn't matter who you are, where you are, what you are. You can end up, drinking, most times on the weekend or coming together with your friends, family, and all your buddies, or however it goes. And it's first verse we got is just kind of like whoever you are. Second is kind of whichever way you go. And then the third verse is the cool one. It's just kind of whatever you drink, man. It don't matter, So, but it's a cool song, man. It's a fun one, man.
Well, that's cool, dude. We'll have to have you. The other thing that Jason was talking about a while ago is coming up November the 10th and 11th, Veterans Day weekend. We are part of these folks down in Alabama. It's called Back Road Park and Event Venue. They're putting on their first big show. This built a huge, beautiful new stage, beautiful new park. It's awesome. I'm hosting all their shows and everything there. And I reached out to Jason to see if Project Canine Hero would like to come set up a tent there and for people to get to acknowledge them and everything and what they do. So November 10th and 11th that Friday, we've got Confederate Railroad and Tristan Baugh. And then on Saturday, our big day, we've got Ella Langley and Trey Lewis. So if you ain't got shit going on, Cody, you ought to come down and be part of it with all of us and hang out for the weekend.
Hell yeah, I'll have to look at it, and I think, I just have to relook at my schedule, man. I'd love to come down. So,
Jason, I'm so excited for you to meet these guys down here too. Kevin and Ty with Cottonwood, Grill, and the event venue. Dude, they're just salt of the earth, really damn good people. And Pearl Promoting with Miss Anna and all them, they're gonna absolutely love you. And I know they're excited to have Project Canine Hero come down.
Yeah, we're gonna bring a dog down and everything. We've done is it right in Birmingham?
It's outside of Birmingham. It's not very far. It's Susan Moore, Alabama. Okay. So it's actually from Chattanooga. It's only like an hour and a half. So you're probably 2 hours away. You're not far away at all.
We've done a lot of work down in that area. I mean, I've done the tip off there for the Birmingham, G League basketball team. I've done stuff with those other sports leagues and a lot of corporate stuff. So, we've got a good base in that area, and we got a lot of fans and donors. So it'd be good to get down there. And, I know if we announce we're going to be there, I know it'll bring some extra people out too and enjoy the time.
It's going to be cool, dude. And one of the things that I want to make sure that we do with our partnership with you moving forward is the more that we can spread what the organization stands for with Project Canine Hero, and people get to know you. You're probably a lot like me when it comes to this, and a lot of our listeners. You're kind of weary of who you give your money to, some of these organizations sometimes. But when people get to know you and they get to see exactly who you are and your passion that you have for these dogs, just tell everybody real fast, for the folks that haven't heard you on the show before, about Project Canine Hero.
Yeah, I mean, let's just go back a little bit back on my background. I started in the Army in '93. I was a military police officer, and got out and wanted to be a police canine handler and a SWAT officer, and got into that. Then worked overseas in Iraq and Afghanistan as a dog handler, and then worked in the government training dogs. And I trained well over 2,000 dogs from all agencies in the government and military service. So I think what the real thing is, I found that dogs weren't getting the help they need in retirement, right? We as veterans, Cody and I are both veterans. We have the VA we can go to if we need it. But these dogs, they have no voice. We work them in the government and we work them in the military right up till they can't physically do it no more, and then we cut them off. And those handlers that own them, the family members, they're soldiers and first responders. They don't have extra money to pay $10,000 bill for cancer treatment or anything like that. So I started this organization to be a resource for those dogs and make sure that they weren't going to be euthanized because someone couldn't pay a bill after they've done so much for our communities. We have dogs out here on a 177-acre facility in Tennessee, and we get a lot of people come out and visit. And I think they can really see, like, wow, man, these are real heroes. And that's some of the things I'm most proud of the last couple of years is our program percentages. We spend 88% the last 2 years in our program services and kept our admin score percents down to 5 or 6. That means we all do a lot of jobs. We got small staff. We work really hard to make sure the money that is donated is going back into the program, right? And that's the best numbers we can probably really come up with. So I think when people do their due diligence and search Project Canine Hero, and see what kind of charity ratings we have, and see we got platinum this or 4-star here. they'll see, and all that's very transparent, right? They get a good feeling like, oh, okay, this is doing well. And then they see us out there and they meet our dogs and they come to some of our events. Of course, we'll talk about this a lot coming up, but as we do more shows, we got the Performers for Paws coming up that Cody's played at the last couple of years in Nashville at the Palace. And Josh, you were there for the first one. So, we got that coming up on January 25th, 2024 at the Palace. Danielle Peck from SiriusXM is our host still. And we're going to try to put on the best show we can. But when they come out and meet the dogs and hear their stories, it's easy to get behind what we're doing. And, I just couldn't be more proud to have partners like both you, Josh, and Cody, who, hopefully Cody goes out and becomes some big star and still rocking our shirts on stage. And because like I said, he served in the military and he served in the Navy with these type of dogs. And he understands that, hey, when they're done, and no one's there to be their voice. And that's what we are. We are a voice for them.
Yeah, I still get amazed from the first time that me and you even talked about it. The first time I met you and it was brought up to me exactly what you do. And there's just so many people that don't know how these dogs are mistreated, are euthanized right afterwards. Served our country, served our communities. And without people like you, man, it's screwed up. It's really a sad situation. And you've been on the floor of Congress, you've been on TV shows, you've been on everything vouching for these dogs. So
absolutely,
there's just not, in my mind, there's just not a better organization that something like this for the dogs. If you want to work with retired military or police officer dogs, there's nobody better to work with than you.
Yeah, I mean, that's the reputation we got with the government and a lot of the agencies that call us for help. A lot of it has to do with my background. Like I said, we had the Canine Hero Act in Congress trying to pass laws. I'm not just trying to collect money and pay a bill for dogs. I'm trying to change the way they're treated and for generations to come.
Yeah, you can tell that with you. I sit here and look at your Facebook every day. Like there you have several posts that come up every single day. And it's about a dog that you've helped in some type of way or a new dog that you've given a home to. And it's in the moment updates every day. It's not like, hey, we donated $100 to this, where you see the going. No, it's if you donated $100 30 minutes ago, you're liable to see where your money's potentially going in the next hour or so from a post from Project Canine Hero.
Right. What I do is I take the receipts and I'll show them, hey, here's the invoice. Here's the receipt. This dog had this surgery today. It was $8,000. And if you donated today, you went to our website, bought a shirt, bought a hat. This is where it's going today. And every day we have those, we have 100. Tomorrow we put in number 251, and we have 129 alive. So think about that. With 129 alive, what if 3 of them go to the ER tonight, which isn't unreasonable? That's $10,000 I could spend before we even get off this show.
Yeah, it's insane. I've seen the bills. Like I literally have seen the amount of money that you post to take care of these animals. And it is ridiculous. I mean, it's well worth it. It's absolutely well worth the money. But at the same time, it's like, damn.
Well, I don't want to see him go without help, but you don't want to see a firefighter, a police officer, or a military member who just separated from service. Cody doesn't have a dog, but he's going to school up at Belmont trying to get his degree. What if he was a dog handler and had his dog? How's he supposed to pay for that bill?
Yeah, dude, that's another thing that I didn't know until we got into one of the shows a little bit deeper one time, was you don't just take care of the dogs if they're police or service dogs. It's after the fact that if somebody came back from service and they have one of these dogs, that you help out pretty much the whole family, right?
Yeah, there's a human aspect of it too, because not only we pay the bills direct to the vet, but here's the thing: if we don't do that, that police officer, that military member, that person who just separated from the military, they're gonna end up putting that on a credit card, or they're gonna have to, these vet centers, they got like this personal care credit or whatever. After so many months, it goes like 17-18%. And they don't care because maybe that's their partner, saved their life. Maybe they served in Afghanistan with them, maybe they're an Army Ranger, and they're like, I got to do what I got to do to save my dog. But no one from the government's going to be there to help them. They're not going to pick up the phone. They're not going to write a check. But Project Canine Hero, we want to be that resource that steps in and says, hey, we got your back.
Yeah, I still can't believe to this day. I guess we've been buddies now for a little over 2 years and done shows now for a little over 2 years. I still can't believe that there's not some kind of act. I know you're working on one, but I just don't know why they're like dragging their feet through fucking mud on this.
Let me tell you why. in today's politics, and it is politics, when you write a bill and have it in Congress like I did, you got to have 60% floor, Senate and stuff, and in the House floor to agree to pass it. Well, that's Republicans and Democrats. And when they see you got a conservative Republican or vice versa Democrat, there's so many politics going. They see their name, you see Josh Terry's name on, like, man, he didn't help us out on this thing. We can't support anything Josh has got his name on. And we see that with some of our congressmen, because we're not going to get that percent. And I don't know how long it's going to be like that, but they're not working together enough to, even a bipartisan thing is to pay medical bills for dogs. If it's all, what did you do for me, or what didn't you do for me? And I can't support you. So for that reason, I can't gather enough support. And it has nothing to do with our organization, nothing to do with the dogs. It's all personal and it's all politics. And I can't stop that.
Yeah, that is so shitty. I can sit here and tell you how shitty it is all day long, but I won't get into that aspect because we want to talk about how good everything is. Look at that beautiful baby you got jumping up in your lap.
Hey, that should be our national.
Do what?
I've been gone all week, so she lives in my office here, so I just came in, so she wants some of that attention, since I've been on the road.
I got you. Where did you just get back from doing something with Project Canine Hero?
Yeah, they had 3 great events in Texas, man. So partner with Murdoch's, which is a farm and fleet store in Bozeman, Montana. They got stores all in the Midwest, and it's a really nice farm and fleet store. Think of it like a TSC on steroids. They get, they sell firearms, ammo, Western clothing, but everything for your farm and ranch too, from, fixed fences, generators, and horse, equine feed and dog feed. So we partnered with them. We're going to be doing a few big things coming up. I don't want to release it publicly yet, but national initiatives that are going to help Project Canine Hero through their 41 stores in the United States. And that's the type of partnerships I need to get out there, right? And I'm trying to find more like that. We met yesterday. I met with a Dr. Parsons in Woodlands, Texas, who runs a animal cancer center 2 days ago, actually. And she, she's got a CAT scan. Those CAT scans for dogs are about $3,500. I mean, we pay them all the time, but she's like, hey, if you can get them to my facility, I can do, we can work out a much, much more, at cost reasonable or the lowest possible cost. And she can offer her oncology services to us. So those $10,000 bills could be $1,000 bill, right? And that's money we have to raise out of donations. And then I met with some other partners who were trying to bring on our board to help with our capital campaign in Austin. So I was in Dallas, Victoria, Texas, Houston, Texas, Austin, Texas, and San Antonio, Texas on the last couple of days. So, and here's the thing: we made $4.4 million last year, Josh. And you know me well enough because you see what I do every day. But we don't make that if you're not out talking to people. I can't be in this office sitting here behind the gate to do that, And Cody and I me and Cody are great friends, but he'll go 4 or 5 months and not see me. I'm gone doing my thing, and he knows what I'm doing. I'm out working, but when I'm back, I'm back. But that's how we make money. You don't make it behind the gate. You got to get out there and tell people about your passion, and you got to throw a million lines in the water to catch just a few fish. I've been lucky to catch. I needed to catch 5. I was lucky to catch 10.
Yeah, you're never stationary. Every time I reach out to you, your ass is somewhere else in the United States.
Gotta be. Well, we got dogs in the States, but 4 right now, and it's my goal to, doing events. You got to get out there, be the face of it. You mentioned I've been on Fox and Friends twice this year. I've been Newsmax twice this year. I haven't publicly released the one we got coming up this fall because I don't want to put it out there yet, but we're going to be on probably the largest show that I could possibly be on here coming up this fall. So, we're excited, man. And that's the type of things we need to do. And it helps all of our partners, right? It helps Josh Terry podcast because they go and they see a podcast because we share it. They can start following our page and they see your show, right? And then they see Cody's music and say, hey, this artist supports Project Canine Hero. Cody's got us on his website as his charity of choice. And, those are the types of things. Let's say Cody goes out and, sells millions of records. How's that going to reflect on us when he's sitting up there with Project Canine Hero shirt on in front of, Bridgestone Arena? That's big. That's huge.
And speaking of those shirts, by the way, I just want everybody to know their gear is actually cool as shit. Like, it's not that they just stuck a logo on a shirt. Everything that you've ever sent me, like, I enjoy wearing. Like, it's actually really nice.
Yeah, we put a lot into our merch, and that's something Cody's wearing his hat here, and
Yep.
that's one of the things that kick off our friendship. We sit there and talk about merch, and we get into the sewing and the thread, and what material is that one made out of? Oh, it's a 60-40 blend. Or I got tri-blend, and we really get into it quite a bit. So it's important. I think a lot of artists who, I know, Josh, a ton of artists, but when they start looking at their merch, I bet they started learning a lot too about
Yeah.
what kind of things they want to carry, and what companies are good and not, and printing and all these things, right?
No shit. I've been burned so many times by merch people. It is ridiculous.
Yeah, and for people listening and want to know what he's talking about, just it's project9hero.org. Check out our store. We've got 100 products in there. We got all kinds of shirts with dogs on them and stuff, and everything goes. The proceeds go back to support the organization. So,
yeah, if they want to make donations or anything, tell everybody how they can make a donation. If they want to volunteer, I don't even know if you take volunteers. I can't remember about that. I know you got to be certified with some stuff. Like if somebody wanted to spend more of their time, to donate more of their time or their money to you, to Project K9 Hero.
It's hard. People do want to come volunteer, but we got these high-end dogs here. It's not just anybody can get out and walk them, right? You got to know what you're doing, and Cody can attest to that. But so it's hard to take volunteers, but definitely donations help. Project9hero.org, donate on there. We run fundraisers on Facebook and Instagram all the time, and we got one running for a dog that just had an ACL surgery on Instagram right now. And it's been hard because post-COVID, I think it was. I think I have something up there for $4,000 now. Probably raised a couple $100. It's hard to motivate people if you're not like throwing it in their face all day. And I try to be careful with that, Josh, because you do see our posts, and I just try to let people know what we're doing, right? Like, hey, this is what we're doing. I'm not usually pounding on the door asking for money. I figure if they like what we're doing, they'll find a way to donate. Find us online. Come to the website. Buy something at the store. But I try not to be overpowering in one of those organizations, because it just gets tiring asking for money every day, right? I think what makes us successful is partnerships. Just like the three of us sitting here talking, partnerships are what makes us successful. People will listen to your show, and I know you get a lot of people listening, but people might come see Cody at a show and he's wearing a shirt and ask him about it. That's I'm more into advancing these partnerships than trying to ask everybody every day, can you give me $5? Can you give me $10? You know what I mean? I'm more into advancing, what we're talking about here today.
Well, it's a pain in the ass to do it. And I know, man, you have talked about this before, is you have so many people on social media and so many people that are, I don't know. This example I always use, you got girls on social media that shake their ass that make $1 million, but when it comes to helping a veteran or something like that, you got to beg for it. But if you don't have like people out here pushing it, and not because you don't throw nothing in any, like it's not like you're in someone's face. You make the post the right way. Everything you do really on your social media is done the right way, in my opinion. But like there are some of us that if we want to go out and we want to help raise money for you, or for any of the other organizations that we do stuff. The only other two that we do stuff with are Creative Vets in Nashville and Mission 22. Y'all are the only three organizations I'll ever work with. But like when you're doing anything for them, it's like, how are you paying $50 a month for somebody's OnlyFans, but you won't donate $50 one time to a veteran? Like I'm the guy that gets in trouble on social media. It's like, why would you pay your money for this, but not pay your money for this?
Yeah. It's tough, but that's why it's a marathon, not a sprint, right?
Yep.
I make 3-4 posts a day, and I just put the information out there. Anyone who goes to our Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or something, or follows us on LinkedIn, you'll see. I mean, it's not. I see a lot of organization acting like if they don't get money now, they're gonna be over. Well, we're not in those. Do we need money for dogs? Yes, we do. We're not going to all come crashing to an end here if you don't make a donation. I hate being that like in desperation mode, because we're not desperate. Hey, we're trying to run. The one thing that I think makes us successful. This is my 30th year. I hit my 30th year of service, my career service this past week.
Congratulations, brother.
Thank you. I think it's got to treat it like a business. This number is a business. Treat it like a business. We're super proud of our annual report this year, which came out, and got some copies here. I was going to grab one, but we have a full-time graphic designer now. We got a full-time marketing person. I got someone to help me with the social media. If I don't have a full-time graphic designer, our things that you like so much aren't going to look that good. You know what I mean? So you got to treat it like a business. Some people like, why does a nonprofit employ a graphic designer full time? I'm like, because I have a lot of materials that I want to get out there, and we want to look professional. And it's like you're spending money to make money. And that's just the way you got to take it. So many people come to me, Josh, and say, well, I support this organization. And did you know that nobody from that organization takes a dime? Well, I could tell you that this particular organization can't run that way. Because who's going to take dogs? You're going to have volunteers out here walking police dogs that are known to bite everybody they see. It's just can't be. But we do have 5% and 6% admin the last 2 years. And that's the best we can do. I mean, because we have the facility. And the first 3 years, I didn't take any money. And when I left the government, I was fairly high ranking in the government. I had been making six figures for, over the last decade, So I didn't take any money the first couple of years. And I said, hey, and when we go over $1 million, I'm going to have to start getting paid because I'm putting, and Cody knows this more than anybody. I mean, I'm 80 hours a week. I'm probably over 100 hours a week. My screen time on this phone is 10 to 12 hours a day when they give you a little report at the end of the week. And that's ridiculous. But that's my passion. I can get up at 4 a.m., work on this to 1 a.m., and it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. But I think like you said, when people know you and they see that, like, man, these guys work hard at this dog thing. It's an organization I want to support because, and then when you get to know the dogs, they just got such incredible stories. I'm just a voice for them, but it's really them who sell it.
Dude, I'm so proud of you, and I'm proud to be part of it moving forward. And I just really look forward to everything we can do for you in the future. Real fast before we get off here, Cody, drop again. Do you have it where you can pre-save your single and drop like any dates or anything you have coming up? Anything that you have that if people want to check you out, your social media handles, all that good shit.
I got you. Cool. Yeah. So the release date for this song is again October 27th. We'll have the pre-saves up pretty soon, as well as my website is codyhowcountry.com. And we'll have all the merch up that we was talking about before. Yes, like the exact amount of polyester and cotton. And yeah, it sucks when you get a shirt that's just too much cotton, man. It just is, or the one that's just too wide, and but it's good stuff. But anyhow, we're gonna have some good merch on codyhowcountry.com, and then all my Facebook, Instagram, as well as TikTok handles are at Cody How Country. So there we go. Look for August 27th, man. It's exciting. It's like 3 years of ground hard work, I guess, here in Nashville to just get to this part and get the whole momentum and everything moving forward. So it's
well, we'll have to get you on one of our next Riders rounds too.
Yeah, definitely.
We've got one. I don't know. I'm thinking about doing this all female show for the October 11th show, but if I don't, I definitely want you to come be on one of the rounds.
You got you. That's the one down in you said Alabama?
No. We do I do a show once a month at Live Oak.
Oh, okay, right on.
I do a big Riders round once a month at Live Oak. So yeah, I would love to have you on one of the Riders rounds if you'd like to come down and play it.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm supposed to be over there on the 6th of November as well.
Cool. I meant October the 11th.
Oh, October. Okay.
Yeah, October the 11th is our next one. Yeah, I think it's October the 11th, 13th. I can't remember. I don't have it in front of me. But either way, I'll hit you up about it. And Jason,
cool, yeah.
Once again, dude, tell them where they can make a donation. Tell them how they can be part of Project Canine Hero, and just thank you. Really, I couldn't have picked a better organization for us to be partnered up with.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So it's projectcaninehero.org. And on that website, you can learn more about us, but you can also make a donation on the donate button. You can check out our store. Our store's just got some great stuff. All that helps. We are on just about every social media at Project Canine Hero. Look for this logo, like it's right on my shirt. Cody's wearing one of our red shirts. And we didn't talk about red, but that's something we trademarked here. It stands for Remember Every Dog Deployed. And so that's for like our overseas dogs and our dogs that serve in the military. And those guys are downrange. And we still got dogs that are downrange, even though people don't think we do. We do. And they're out there, getting it done and protecting our way of life here in America. So that's a whole nother. We got a bunch of the REDD stuff. I think I've sent some to you, Josh, in the past too with the red stuff.
Me and Gracie love those.
Yeah. So it's just another great thing for us. But man, we got so many great things coming up. With a lot of different corporate partners, and these relationships are important to me. So I couldn't be more honored to be partnered with you, Josh, because instead of shopping out trying to get on all these different podcasts, which I try to do one media thing a week, whether it be a TV interview, a magazine, whatever. That's 52 a year. When your goal is 52 a year, that's a lot. But we've worked it out. We're going to be on this show so many times, and that helps when I have big news to announce, like or we're going to be doing that Performers for Pause, and we'd love to have you up as a guest there for that again this year, if you can put it on your calendar.
I'll go ahead and put it down.
And in Nashville, if you haven't been yet, but driving around, we're on a bunch of billboards in Nashville. Lamar Advertising in Nashville has donated billboard space to our organization. So I get people every week text me from Nashville, like, dude, I just saw you on a billboard. And it only is one of me and Flash, which is my police canine that's behind me here. But we have some of our other military working dogs and stuff. We rotate through about 4 or 5 different ones in Nashville. So Lamar Advertising's been doing some great work for up there. And that's the type of partnerships we need. It's not always about the money. If you own a business and you're listening to this, it's not about money all the time. Lamar Advertising's just putting our billboard. What's it to them to just let it flip through with the other ones that paid ads, right? So that's a huge donation. And they're running, we're right down by Nissan Stadium. And one of them, there's some in Smyrna and everything. So if you own a business and want to figure out a way to get involved, reach out to us on the website. Hit me up, contact us, drop something in my inbox. I still run all of our social media. We do got someone helping, one of our program members now, but always find a way. Like this veterinarian, this oncologist I was just at, she's just looking to donate her services. She's got a CAT scan machine. She can help there. You know what I mean? All these great things, great ways to help. So there's the great thing about Project K9 Hero is it doesn't have to come in form of money. It can come in other forms, like you having us on the show and telling the world about what we do.
Dude, there's so much to cover with that. I just hope that the people that actually can lend a hand and help in any way reach out to you and actually take the time to be a part of what you do and everything that your whole organization stands for. And they just keep doing it. Just keep killing it. I mean, I know you grind every single day, and I'm just glad that we can help with some of that grind, brother.
Yes, sir. Well, thanks for having us. And I just want to say to Cody's, I'm super proud of him. He took, there's a lot of people in the military that have a dream, but they never chase it. You know what I mean? And this guy's living proof that he's out here. He left his military career, came to Nashville, and he's chasing his dream, and it's going to happen. And I couldn't be more proud of him.
Keep chasing it, brother. I can't wait to actually get to hang out with you and hear some of your music.
Cool. Yeah, that'll be good. Hey, thanks for having me on as well, man. Appreciate you.
Anytime. Folks, go check out projectk9hero.org now. Give Jason Johnson a shout, and thank each and every one of y'all. Thank both of you guys for coming on the show today, and thank each and every one of y'all for listening to the Josh Terry podcast. We will catch you next time.